This video is sponsored by ALFassist.com for expert consulting for your assisted living. Get the guidance and support your facility needs for quality care. Again, this video is sponsored by my company, ALFassist.com. Hello, YouTube family. This is ALFATIR CRAWFORD with Finance Up. Hope everyone is still doing well. Thanks for joining me for another video. Thanks for the continued support. Look, what is today's video? The title is Assisted Living Troubles in the News. So in this video, I will share with you some clips of assisted living businesses that are in trouble, that are being closed by their state. So again, if you do not know who I am, I'm ALFATIR CRAWFORD, third generation caregiver. I operate my family-owned and operated assisted living and family care homes here in the state of North Carolina. And we own the oldest family care home here in the state of North Carolina. Not only that, I help individuals like you become assisted living administrators because I am a licensed North Carolina preceptor where I help guys and gals become assisted living administrators. I would like to share some things with you about assisted living. I get a lot of people who come to me who want to open up their own facilities, and they treat it like a real estate investment. That is the first mistake. An assisted living business is not a real estate investment where you can add it to your real estate portfolio. It is an investment in people. Your business doesn't exist unless you protect and care for the individuals who live within your building. So you need to treat it as such. So that's primarily why a lot of facilities end up closed, because they forget the human element of why they are in business from the start. You're taking care of fragile, vulnerable individuals who are looking for you to give them 24-hour support, care, and protection. So in this video, I'm gonna share with you some of those dark side or some of the realities of owning an assisted living facility. In these video clips, you will see some of the pain points of owning an assisted living business. So you know how we do here. Let's share the screen and let's go.
Down tonight with top state officials to learn more about what happened at Filmore Place, the filthy, unsafe assisted living facility we've been investigating since April.
The facility was already in hot water with the state when 2 employees revealed bed bug infestations, inaccessible bathrooms, and ripped and soiled sheets. Even after its second chance, the facility was still operating, racking up more violations.
So tonight I show why their doors were allowed to stay open and why maintaining quality care is getting harder all across the Commonwealth.
That's the sad part about it, is because there were a lot of residents that lived in Filmore.
When the Commonwealth finally closed the doors of Filmore Place for failing to comply with state regulations, more than 70 people called the Petersburg Assisted Living Facility home. Many still uncertain on the day of their moves where they were headed. You don't know where you're going next. Where would you like to go next?
Not easy when they have to be placed elsewhere. There's a lot of trauma that comes with that for folks.
But ultimately, the Virginia Department of Social Services determined Filmore couldn't work. And for the first time, Division of Licensing Services Director Tara Davis-Ragland and Commissioner Dr. Danny Avula sat down publicly to answer questions about how conditions got so bad and who's responsible. How do you help get people to a place where you don't have to close the doors?
We try to break things down and help make it easy for them to understand where they are, what they need to do to come into compliance, and offer some technical assistance.
So in the case of Filmore, did they just not want to do what was required?
We hope that it's not the case that they didn't want to do it. I know that there's a significant amount of issues and things that go into being compliant with the regulations, but they, continually fail to meet the minimal standards.
The failures continued at the facility. Filthy living conditions, persistently broken elevators, and fire alarm systems. And Davis-Ragland says Filmore's management wasn't communicating with DSS. Meanwhile, the agency has placed a growing number of assisted living facilities similarly under the microscope, from 11 provisionally licensed in April to 19 in November. We're waiting on confirmation of December's list.
This problem is only going to get more significant as people are living longer.
Money, or lack thereof, Agula says, is challenging the ability of long-term care facilities to provide quality care.
So largely, it's are we funding these entities enough to both do the physical upkeep of their facilities as they age, but also ensure that they have the stability and quality of staff to provide the service that our residents need.
And what's the answer right now?
I mean, more and more we're seeing that shift to self-pay, right? People are having to pay more and more out of pocket.
Because typically, Virginia AARP says state law only provides long-term care benefits for those in nursing homes. And in order to qualify, people have to meet all 5 criteria for basic care needs: being unable to feed, bathe, clothe, or toilet themselves, and transfer from a bed to a chair. Without all 5, nearly all Virginians have to pay for long-term care in other ways.
And so I do think we've got to really carefully look at how the plight of low-income individuals is being exacerbated and figure out how can we as a society support these needs as they age.
Are we working towards this quickly enough?
We could always do things more quickly.
And Davis Ragland says they're also looking at speeding up the process of getting facilities up to code or shuttered, so residents don't have to live as long in Filmore-like conditions.
Sometimes that's a frustration for us because we give them every opportunity to come into compliance. And then when you see that it's not happening, it is a lengthy process for them to appeal.
Commissioner Avila stressed that these challenges can't just be addressed by DSS. Lawmakers have to get involved alongside social services, and he says we all have to reimagine what end-of-life care looks like to better support people staying in their homes or with loved ones, because right now, each time a facility closes, they're left with fewer options of where to place people. Now, we've been working on this investigation for 8 months, and we are not done yet. I'm continuing to follow leads from tips that have come in from family members of loved ones at Filmore and other failing facilities.
We are getting answers over the planned closure of an assisted living facility in St. Lucie County.
WPTV's Tyler Hadfield is listening to residents' concerns at Paradise Care Cottages. Well, we're going to find out what could happen next.
Yesterday, residents got this letter officially notifying them that this assisted living facility will close in the coming weeks. Today, I'm digging into residents' concerns about what's next and pressing for answers about the closure of Paradise Care Cottages.
Waiting.
The time is running very out.
Phil Morris and his service dog, Jesse,
I don't know,
waiting to find out what's next.
But it's the in-between not knowing.
Phil lives here at Paradise Care Cottages, an assisted living facility, after being homeless.
So I end up sleeping in my car for over 3 weeks with Jesse. Go find food wherever I could.
On Thursday, Phil and other residents got this letter notifying them the facility will close.
Right now, I do not know where I'm going to go.
Resident Bruce Irwin
It was heavy as hell here.
is also waiting, worried.
I have no family, no friends to help me, they have capabilities to help me. So I'm just stuck.
Tina helped Phil and his dog get into Paradise Care Cottages. She doesn't know if another place would take them both in.
Because he won't get rid of his dog. And I promised him when I started helping him that I would keep him and his dog together.
We listened to concerns over the notification and are working for answers.
need more time, we'll give them more time.
Cynthia DeVinson, an administrator with Paradise Care Cottages, says they've been trying to provide housing solutions for each resident, in addition to providing 45 days notice.
We will find placement. It will be good placement. We're not looking to move them up to Miami. We're not looking to move them to Jacksonville. We want to place them where they're comfortable.
DeVinson says the facility is being sold for financial reasons.
Sick to my stomach because I can't look at them and not. My heart breaks for them.
Phil says he's not scared waiting.
I just can pray and leave it to God.
Phil says he has hope.
He's going to take care of me.
Tyler Hatfield,
Because he's the man that's got me this far.
WPTV News.
Elderly residents at a local assisted living facility were left sweltering in rapidly rising temperatures soaring past 80 degrees inside buildings designed for their care and safety. The situation grew increasingly dire until first responders were able to intervene.
Tonight, that facility is shut down, and the state says this could have been much worse. Florida passed a law to prevent exactly this after 12 seniors died in a Broward County nursing home following Hurricane Irma.
Yes, CBS 12's Katie Benty joining us live outside the Crest Manor over in Lake Worth Beach, where the facility's doors have now been shut.
Jim, Liz, it was hot enough in here to force an emergency evacuation. Officials say that the temperatures inside this 4-story building reached 90 degrees, and the residents here, they were elderly, they were vulnerable, and they were stuck. At first glance, you'll see windows cracked open and hear the AC struggling to kick on. But taped to the front door, a cease and desist order. Crest Manor Assisted Living Facility in Lake Worth Beach is closed until further notice after the state says temperatures inside hit dangerous levels. We knocked, but got no response. Friday night, residents flagged down deputies complaining about the heat. When first responders arrived, the air conditioning was failing. Multiple rooms had climbed above 81 degrees, the max temperature allowed under Florida law. That law passed after Hurricane Irma in 2017, when 12 people died after the power failed in a Broward County nursing home.
These extreme dangers led to significant increased temperatures, dehydration, and a dozen deaths. So it was an utterly horrific occurrence.
Since then, the state has required assisted living facilities to have backup generators and cooling plants to protect vulnerable residents from deadly heat. By Saturday morning, conditions at Crest Manor had worsened. The 4th floor hit 90 degrees. Fire officials say the facility had a chance to fix it overnight, but didn't. With health risks growing, a team of local and state agencies made a joint decision: shut it down. All 42 residents were relocated to 2 licensed facilities, and family members were notified.
You can imagine somebody who's bedbound, somebody who has Alzheimer's and can't understand what's going on. Stroke can happen, dehydration can set in, and even death. That is a horrific, horrific experience for anybody to have.
Now, Fire Rescue did conduct a full evaluation on Monday, and while we're told they did find violations, that report is not public yet. Now, tonight, Crest Manor remains closed, and it's unclear when or if it'll reopen.
There you have it, YouTube family. This has been a video on some of the troubles of owning an assisted living business. So you could see some of the pain points and some of the things that you could experience when owning and operating an assisted living business. I hope this video was beneficial. If you gained something from this video, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Again, this is ALFATIR Crawford with Finance Up. As always, thank you for the continued support. Until the next video, you guys take care, and I will talk to you soon. Goodbye for now.